Hello, the master here. Today it is going to be a very different video. So as you can see, I'm on a Minecraft server. This server is called minecraftonline.com. Yeah, that's the IP of the server. So this server is the oldest server in Minecraft, or at least one of the oldest. It is debatable if it is the oldest or not. So I've been playing on this server since December of 2023, and I've been working on a base since December. And this base is this one. It was originally called the Master's Land, but that name sucked. So I just changed to Station Square. And for the people that don't know, Station Square is a city from Sonic Adventure, and Sonic X is the city from those Sonic videos. And yeah, I've been making stuff in here since December of 2023. There's sometimes that I just didn't do nothing for a while, but I recently started making a lot of stuff. This will be kind of a tour. I will show everything that I've made in here, and I guess let's start. I'll start with the main house. I think this was the first house I ever did in the server. It looks really cool. If you're wondering why this chest is like blocked, it's because people can steal. It's better to put a block to prevent from that happening, because the griefing rule in this server is really strict. You cannot break any blocks that is placed by another player. So yeah, that's about it. This house is basically a bunch of different, material types. There's like spruce wood, there's stone bricks, there's birch wood, there's bricks. I really like this part. There's like, this is my bedroom, and like I cannot sleep right now. This part over here it sucks. It sucks. I don't know what the heck I was doing here, but it looks cool, I guess. I just said it sucked. Anyways, this part, there's like a big part where you can see the view. It looks really cool. And there's also this thing over here. There's like an office right over here. And there's the last one. The last one I really enjoy. There's like a computer room too. There's like 2 computers. There's just like a cake. There's the spawn teleport trail. So for the people that don't know, for the people that never played the server, there's a thing called teleport trails. When I do /spawn, I go to spawn and it leaves a trail with like an ender pearl in here. And sometimes you can just pick it up, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for the main house. This is mainly the house where I store all the stuff. Although I will probably do like a storage room in the future, because every chest is unorganized. As you can see, it's very unorganized. It's horrible. So yeah, okay, there's like a random well over here. There's like my crazy dead horse, my skeleton horse, that has this nickname. I don't know why I gave him that name, whatever. There's like a sheep farm. As you can see, this is a spawner. You can get spawners in Minecraft Online. Normally. There's a chicken. There's a mushroom cow. There's 2 pig spawners. And there's 1 cow spawner. There's also a nether warts farm. I think this is carrots and potatoes. This is sugar canes farm. There's a lot of them. I think this is beetroot? Wait, I don't know. Yeah, beetroot. This is beetroot farm. And this is just a wheat farm. There's also this pecan. I really like pecans. There's like some random houses over here that just don't have nothing. I think I'll just demolish this in the future, or like make it better, because it looks very bad. Like especially those ones. This looks bad as heck. Those ones were made when I like started making this base. Alright, as you can see, there's like a big castle over here, but I will show this later. And there's this thing over here. So this building that goes over the build limit, it doesn't look very good. I don't think I would have made it today because it looks very bad. But I cannot just destroy it. It would take just a lot of time. It would be just a waste of time to do it. Now, leaving the castle, this castle thing, there's this area, which is like the main area. There's like a greenhouse over here. It looks amazing. I really like this build. This was really cool to build. In the start over here, there's two portals. That it was just supposed to be a joke. This is the other portal. And this is just whatever. I really don't know what the heck I was doing here. There's this Sonic pixel art that I really enjoyed making. I saw this in a random YouTube tutorial, like, I think it was from like 10 years ago. It was a very old YouTube tutorial. And I just made this. There's this thing which is the library. It's still very simple, there isn't too much because bookshelves is very hard to get, so it's going to take a lot of time to finish this build. Anyways, I think, what can I show now? I think I'll show the tree houses. I think the tree houses are fine, to be honest. So, there's like a bunch of tree houses and a bridge that connects all of them. Most of the houses doesn't really have anything. The houses look worse before. I just made it a little bit better, but when I first started making the tree houses, it was really bad. There's this bridge where you can see all of that stuff, and there's the last tree house where there isn't too much. I think this was like, I don't know, I think I was just bored when making this. And as you can see, you were hearing like Minecraft old sound. That's because I just have a old Minecraft texture pack. And this server is still on 1.12.2. As you can see, like, there isn't the new blocks from like, there isn't like deep slates, there isn't like stuff like that. So let's see what I can show now. I think I'll show this bridge over here that connects a lot of stuff in this base. There's a bunch of castles over here. There's one over there, as you can see. This one, I just made it randomly. Although I really like making the islands. It looks very cool. So, this castle doesn't have too much. I just made it for the view, really. Because when reaching this part, you can see a lot of stuff. You can see almost all the builds, which is really cool. Okay, next up on this bridge is that house over there. The island in the house, like, it took me a while to make because it's kind of hard to make those stuff. Anyways, this house doesn't have too much. I think I can still decorate a little bit more because I think this is still very empty. But I'll probably change that on the future. And as you can see, this was the little castle I was talking about, or like tower, whatever. So this tower basically connects with the bridge, which is really cool. There's also like stairs you can go to see like the view. Oh yeah, I'll need to talk about that too. There's a lot of stuff in this base. That part over there. Wait, let me disable journey map though, by the way. Anyways, now it's way better. I can see a lot of stuff now. There's this thing where I can see the view. Also, this pyramid is not mine. This is from my neighbor, basically. So yeah, this is like, I can just view. Because there's like a plugin where you can sit on stair blocks. Anyways, there's another tower over here that there is an enchanting table over here. There isn't too much over here, but whatever. There is this small house over here. I don't know what I was doing, but I just put a Interpol in here. I think like just an Easter egg, really. Anyways, now we can see like the view from here I'll have to talk about. And I think that's literally the end of the bridge. It's basically a loop. Because I just came back in here. Anyways, I also did this Herobrine totem. Just for the funnies, I don't know. So there's this like restaurant I forgot to talk about. Literal restaurant, that's literally the name. I really enjoyed how I decorated this place. There's even like the checkerboard floor, which is really cool. There's like even like the fridge. There's like the furnaces, the stoves. It's really cool. Alright, there's another area where it's just farms. There's like carrots, potatoes, and wheat. Yeah, that's basically it, really. Anyways, there's this random thing I did. It's just like the potion from Minecraft, but in 3D, instead of being like 2D. Okay, so I guess let's start with the next section of the area, which is like the city, the buildings. There's also this skeleton that's spawned over here. Anyways. So most of the buildings you'll see is very empty because I still haven't done a lot in the building's interior itself. So this one is very empty, there isn't too much to see. Oh yeah, I also did this Tails pixel art. It was from another YouTube tutorial that I just saw, and it looked very cool, so I just did it in here. So this is another building. There's some stuff in here, despite being somewhat empty. There's some stuff in here. Okay, there isn't too much. Also, like, really decorated this place. There's even like the lights post. There's like the street lights. There's like random trees. This looks amazing, by the way. This one is also unfinished. Yeah, I think this building is also unfinished. It is. I think some of them is not empty because I remember making interior for some of them. This is a fishing area, a small fishing area I did. It isn't too much, but I mean, it's cool. There's this part over here. I think most of the interiors for the buildings is unfinished too. This one is kind of finished, but I still have to do another floor for the building. There's this one which is, I think it's finished. I just need some decorations. But most of them is finished. There's even like another floor. Oh, this doesn't have anything. Okay, this one is okay. This one is empty. This one too, I think. Yeah, it is. I think most of them is empty. Yeah. This one is somewhat empty. So this part over here, this part is just a big farm I did out of nowhere. I don't know why I did this. Most of the buildings in this place doesn't match the others. It's really random. Like, I mostly did stuff on here out of nowhere, and a lot of the stuff doesn't make sense, you know? But it is what it is. Okay, this part over here also has like a lot of empty buildings. I think this is very empty because I still have to do the floors. Okay, this one is not empty. I remember doing this. This one is fully finished. Yeah, it's fully finished. Everything is done in here. Anyways, there's this tower over here that I just didn't finish fully. There's this windmill that's very cool. I really enjoyed making this. I remember making a schematic first and then making it on Minecraft Online, which is really cool. There's this building that's also empty. I can use a command called jump to, where it teleports you to the location you're going. And yeah, and like, the thing is, I didn't do the math correctly, and this building is like really close to the windmill. So yeah, I just placed this sign saying that the windmill just won't work now. Anyways, there's this building that oh, this is not empty. Wait, I remember doing this. No, never mind. Yeah, this was not empty. Okay, this is empty. I still have to do the floors, but I think I can finish that later because most of the stuff is not really that hard to do. This thing over here, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just made this randomly. It doesn't fit most of the stuff in here because most of the stuff in here is just like buildings, and this thing is, I don't know. This one is also unfinished. No, it's not. I thought I didn't do. Okay, whatever. Anyways, this was empty. I remember this. So this one over here is the Master DL School Mansion. I don't know what I was doing here, but it looks very cool. And oh, there's a mob in here. Whatever, die. Anyways, it looks very empty too because I don't have a lot of ideas to what to put in here. Maybe like some paintings, maybe. I guess that would be cool. Okay, this thing over here, it is a little bit inspired by a Minecraft build made on 2B2T, which is the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. Well, not really anarchy anymore because of Mojang. Anyways, it was inspired by the first Space Valkyria, which is a 2B2T build. And this thing over here, I'm not really proud to make because it doesn't look very good. I thought when I made it, I thought it was going to be very cool, but it doesn't look very good now. That's the thing. There's also like some beacons. There's a lot of beacons in here for decoration purposes. Anyways, let's show more parts of the base now. Okay, I think this section is done. Now let's talk about this thing over here. This thing, there's like, I don't know what to call, like, there's like a quote-unquote bridge connecting the two of the buildings. It was weird, I don't know what I was doing. So, there isn't too much in here. And I can lift up with like signs because this is like a plugin on the server. Anyways, okay, this is the last one. And as you can see most of the stuff in here. You cannot see the other side, that you can see this side. That's really about it for this building. There isn't too much. Okay, now let's talk about this thing. Whatever this thing it is. I don't know why I did this. It's called the inverse house because it's made out of glass. And the stuff that was supposed to be glass is wood now. That's really about it. I don't know why I made this. I think in the future I'll just destroy this because it looks very ugly, and a lot of stuff in this place looks very ugly, but you know, but it was made when I was a little bit bad at building, you know. Anyways, now let's talk about this thing. So this thing took me a while to make. As you can see, I'm pressing F3 plus G. As you can see, I can see the chunk porters. And I destroyed everything. And since this is a server on 1.12, I don't have netherite. So it took me a while to do. So I have some plans for this. I think I'll make like a bunker where I store mostly everything. And with the chest organized. Because the main house is just very unorganized, that's the thing. So yeah, someday I'll do this when I feel like it, to be honest. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'll probably make a lot of stuff in this space still because when I'm addicted to Minecraft, I do a lot of stuff, and it's happening to me right now because the building part, like the city part, wasn't there like 2 months ago. So yeah, that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and goodbye.